I get abused here by the COs every day or every other day. They talk down on us. They think they better than us. You know what I'm saying? They verbally abuse us. That makes us a victim. Only because they don't put their hands on us, and they do sometimes.
Okay.
You know, you don't see that. But y'all see, let me talk. You talk, let me talk. You know what I mean? Like, I've done programs here that I've done all the programs to comply. You know what I mean? Like,
this all happened on a sunny Sunday afternoon. People were out making those last-minute trips to the grocery store ahead of the Super Bowl. Now, today, police are crediting the customers in this lot because they say if it wasn't for them, the whole thing could have been a lot worse. Body camera footage shows the moments a West Hartford police officer got out of his cruiser with his hand out and is attacked by a man police identified as 39-year-old Samuel Rivas of Hartford.
Boss. Relax.
The video goes on to show the officer and a Good Samaritan struggle with Rivas for over a minute before cuffing his hands behind his back.
High on PCP? I swear. And in a situation like that, yeah, I would help too. If we know that, yeah, this guy's out here and it doesn't matter who the person is, he's just attacking anybody.
But that's only part of the danger that unfolded in this West Hartford Price Right parking lot on Super Bowl Sunday. Police say Rivas assaulted several customers and knocked an elderly woman to the ground, hitting her in the head before later admitting to police he was high on PCP.
Very scary. They're very scary because we don't feel safety going nowhere. It's like, the people need to be more careful.
Witnesses told police Rivas was acting irrationally and punching cars. He's facing a host of charges, including assault on an officer and an elderly person and reckless endangerment. That elderly woman did suffer a cut to the head and some bruising, but we're told that she did not require hospitalization. Rivas, meanwhile, is being held on a $250,000 bond. I'm Samaya Hernandez in Hartford, Connecticut's news station.
He was sentenced to 30 months on 12/8 of 2023, and here we are in March of 2025 and up for parole. I'll unpack it with more details at the end.
Samuel Rivas, 355-276.
This hearing is being conducted in consideration of the parole application for Samuel Rivas, 355-276. He is serving a sentence of 6 years, executed suspended after serving 30 months, followed by 5 years probation for assault on public safety, assault second, victim elderly or other, and 2 counts of illegal operation of a motor vehicle under the influence of alcohol or drugs. It is unclear as to whether he has to register as a sex offender from a previous offense. As of today, records reflect the parole eligibility date of March 28th, 2025. There is no victim input in this case. There is an offender accountability plan for the offender. It has been reviewed and shows he has completed the short track sex offender program, voices, and tier 2. Utilizing the statewide collaborative offender risk evaluation system, the offender's overall score falls within the high range of risk for recidivism. Utilizing the static 99R, the offender's overall score for sexual offense recidivism falls within the high range. Mr. Rivas, this is your opportunity to express to the board why you believe you should be granted parole. You may begin.
Well, being incarcerated and being sober, I realized that I did stuff that I was wrong of doing, and being incarcerated, I just worked on steps of changing. And if I do go home on parole, I'm going to seek help for mental health and psychological stuff I've been going through in my Hartford County. I'm just I changed. I know I'm a changed person. You know, I'm not. I've done stuff that, you know, mistakes and stuff like that, but I'm just looking for an opportunity to go home and raise my kids and be a better person. You know, be a productive member of society. You know.
Thank you, Mr. Rivas. This is you. You have you been before parole before, or just
No.
probation? Okay,
Just probation. This is
just
my
probation.
first.
Okay.
Yeah, this is my first time.
So what we do is we've read about your background, what's brought you to this incarceration, what you've done since you've been in, and based upon that, we have some questions, and then we'll get to determine whether you're suitable for parole and give you an answer. Okay.
Yeah, I'm just a little
Okay.
nervous. You know, I've never been
Okay.
through this before.
All right. Basically what we do, this isn't about whether we like you or not. This is about what's in front of us.
Yeah.
Right. And I'll tell you that what's in front of me doesn't look good at all. Okay. The PCP use and the assaultive behavior, and the operating under the influence, which PCP, you know that there's nothing good that ever happens on PCP. You have to, right?
Right.
And that's the thing. And to get it suitability for parole, we have to get to a place where we believe that if you're released, you're not going to offend again.
Yes. Well,
Okay.
I'm not gonna. I'm taking the steps for, and I realize that PCP is something that I do work on, and I'm not going to use anymore, because if I wasn't on PCP, I wouldn't be incarcerated right now. You know, and I realized that, and that was that's like one of my favorite drugs that I was always taking. You know, since I was a kid. I've been using PCP since I was like 15, 16 years old. You know, and the outcomes hasn't been good for me. I always end up in incarceration, and like I'm just tired of coming to jail because of PCP.
Mm-hmm.
Like that day that the incident happened, I was so stressed out and stuff. I didn't know what to do. So my coping skill was smoking PCP, and then I don't remember anything that happened. I was hallucinating that day. I don't remember anything that happened. I'm not a person that abuse people. I like helping people out. You know, I'm a certified mechanic, and
I 100% believe that. I 100% believe that. Okay. But the thing is that you used PCP, and that's what happened. Right.
Yeah. But if y'all give me, if y'all give me a chance to prove myself to y'all, like if y'all do let me go home, that I will try to find like a drug program or anything to show that I'm ready to give that life up. And I've been ready to give that life up. I've been locked up for 2 years. And I was around PCP in county and other jails, and I didn't use because I'm done with that. I'm no more with that, you know?
So where I'm at with this and what I've read, okay, your end of sentence is in July.
Yeah.
That's correct. And then you're going to go out to 5 years on probation.
Mm-hmm.
And that probation, being in one place with one officer, dealing with your case, for me, it's the best scenario, right? Because rather than dealing with a parole officer for 3 months and then going to a probation officer in dealing with the kinds of things that you need to deal with, you know, that transition from one to the other isn't going to be a great thing for you. The Tier 2 program, you gleaned some good stuff, you learned some good stuff in there, or you learned some stuff that you already knew?
I learned some stuff that I already knew from the past of, you know,
Yep.
I've been in inpatients before.
Yep.
And the new stuff I learned, I always try to go back to the coping skills, but sometimes I relapse because, you know, we're not perfect. I'm not perfect. You know, I'll get so stressed out, I'll relapse because I don't have a sponsor or anything to help me, you know, and
So that would be a good thing to get, right?
yeah.
And another good thing to get, Counselor Rex there knows how to get in touch with CCAR.
Yeah.
And they deal with co-occurring stuff. So you might want to talk to Rex about that so that you can get help on the way out the door. I mean, that's important because if you use again, where are you going to be?
In jail.
Sitting right back there again. You don't want to do that, right? So now's the decision that you need to make to go get help. Right?
Right.
And the thing is, you know, when you smoke, you know, there's an assault too on an elderly person. You know, it's like we do things that not proud of, right? That's not who you are. You just said it, right?
Right.
The only way you're not going to do that is by getting help so that you don't do that. Right? I mean, I don't need to really go into much more. You know where I'm coming from. You know, I really do wish you well, and I want you to get out there and be successful. But it counts on you asking for the help you need.
I have been, you know, I got for Thursday, I got to see Rex for CAR, I think the CAR program, and so I could get help if I do EOS. I already have something going on because I've been planning this for a while, you know.
Yep.
Because I feel like honestly, I'm not gonna get parole. I know you're not gonna parole me, so you know that's how I already feel. I already know that, you know, and because of this case. But even if y'all don't parole me, it doesn't mean like I'm not looking to change. I'm not trying to bullshit none of y'all because I'm an honest person. You know, I did my mistakes and I'm paying for it now.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And
I hear you. Take the help that Rex is trying to give you.
yeah,
Okay.
always
Any questions?
Yeah.
Any questions?
I don't have questions, but I do feel that I have a need to comment on a couple of things, Mr. Rivas. Because when I review your interview with the parole officer, I want you to think about some of these answers that you gave her, because it will make or break how you do in the community. So you took the Tier 2 program and you said it was not informative. You know, we get people, hear me out. We get people all the time that have done lots of inpatient programs, outpatient programs, but you get out of it what you put into it. You should be able to walk away with something new. You should be able to have something from that program, not it wasn't informative. And when you do programs like the Voices program and you say they couldn't relate to your city life, I'm going to guess that probably 75% of the people that are incarcerated live in the cities. And take these programs, let me finish, and then you say you're the victim, you know, because you're incarcerated. It's not easy to be incarcerated, but the Voices wants you to think about who's affected by your actions. You know, even somebody that sells drugs has victims. So, you know, I'm happy to hear what you have to say, but when I read statements like that, it raises concerns for me about your thinking. and how you're processing the events that brought you here today.
Yeah. But like the Voices program, that teacher, he was against, but like he was always against like the city people. You know what I'm saying? He like, I couldn't agree with some of his stuff. You know what I'm saying? And the victims, I am a victim because I got molested and I got raped. I'm a victim. We all victims. Well, I don't know about y'all, but I'm a victim. I put myself as a victim because I went through that. I get abused here by the COs every day or every other day. They talk down on us. They think they better than us. You know what I'm saying? They verbally abuse us. That makes us a victim. Only because they don't put their hands on us, and they do sometimes.
Okay.
You know, they don't see that. But y'all see, let me talk. You talk, let me talk.
You are trash, Lindsay. You are trash.
You know what I mean? Like, I've done programs here that I've done all the programs to comply. You know what I mean? Like, it was good to if I would have got to go home, but I got 120 days left.
You're right.
That's nothing.
Right.
You know, that's nothing.
Compared to what you've already served, it's not a lot. But I feel like things you should think about. That's all. Because really,
I always think about it.
Okay, but you're 41 years old. Now's the time to make that change, right?
Yes,
like you said yourself, you've got a lot of issues in your past that you need to come to terms with. And so maybe therapy is a good place for you to start, right? Smoking PCP just makes you think crazy thoughts and do crazy things. So now's the time to turn it all around. That's all I'm saying, is to think outside the box a little bit.
No, it's true. I'm over with smoking PCP.
Yeah.
If you are an alcoholic or were an alcoholic, you are an alcoholic today.
I'm done. I wouldn't be in this situation if I wasn't smoking PCP.
I hope so. I've supervised people in the community, and when they use that stuff, it's all bets are off, right? You do things that you never thought in 100 years that you do. Yeah. So, I felt it's important because we want you to do well, right? Nobody wants to have you back in jail. You do well, the community's safe, you're successful. It's a win-win all the way around. So I just give you a little food for thought with some of those answers.
Yeah, like I was just speaking from the heart, And
we see a lot.
We appreciate it.
We see a lot of people turn their lives around. So it's on you. So best of luck to you.
Yeah.
All right. Have nature and circumstances occur.
What was the second one?
Sorry, I don't need one.
Just nature and circumstances.
Right?
Yeah. And inadequate evidence of offender change.
Okay. Regarding Samuel Rivas, 355-276, I move to deny parole for the following reasons: nature and circumstances of the current offense and inadequate evidence of offender change. Is there a second?
Second.
Those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Those opposed, no. The ayes have it. And parole for Mr. Rivas is denied, and we hope that he goes out and gets the help that he needs.
This concludes the parole hearing for Samuel Rivas, 355-276.
All right, and what do you think? Do you think that he is ready to change? Do you think that he's hit his rock bottom? We have seen parole hearings where I kind of would feel, okay, maybe this is rock bottom, but I don't know. I didn't get that vibe. Sadly, I did. I mean, it still felt like he's blaming everybody else to me, and that he's not doing what he should. It's like, imagine being locked up, and it's like, maybe you would throw yourself into the programs, but it's just not there. We've seen where sometimes it is, and in this case, it's not. And I don't have much information to share with you, for example, why he's a high risk to recidivate from the sexual static 99 thing, right? Did we hear them say that? I mean, he does have some scary things in his record. He has, right before this happened, April 2022, He was caught exposing himself in a busy intersection. That's here in the article that Holly provided. And he wasn't just exposing himself, he was exposing himself and doing it. And that's always scary. I mean, now, is it just the PCP? I mean, yes, PCP, that will make you do crazy things. I mean, it's like all the crazy footage that we see. There's like, you can be messed up, you can be on this, you can be on that, but then there's PCP. It's always another level of crazy. And maybe he's not, maybe it's just that, as what was it? Principal Mackey would say, drugs are bad, right? I'm sorry, okay. I'm a South Park person. I'm sorry to give it away like that. I know. See, the problem with bringing up South Park is either you're into South Park and you think it's funny, or you don't at all, and you're like, that's just, don't do that again, Mandoo. That's the problem. Look, I think they're clever. If you've never seen South Park, it's worth giving a try. They are remarkably smart. You have to put the cartoon thing away. But here we are, and his record is not fun. It's like, let me share with you what Holly showed. It's just like, it's not cute. Like they said, he's 42 years old. He has here, it's where is it? Well, there's one, risk of injury to a child. I don't know what that's about, right? Maybe that's, I don't know, that's 20, offense date 4/5/2019. That's always scary, right? I mean, it could be anything. Risk of injury to child could be, driving without a seatbelt on, but child without a seatbelt on your child, but I don't know. I don't know if we can give him that credit, right? Public indecency, we spoke about that. Interference with an officer, we saw that on the body cam footage. He has another public indecency. Interference with an officer. Assault of an elderly victim. That was part of that same offense that we saw. Illegal operating vehicle under the influence. And what's these things is that they continue to give suspended sentences. Look, suspended after 2 days probation, suspended sentence, suspended sentence, suspended sentence. And it's like, no kidding. If you keep giving suspended sentences, if you catch all these felonies and offenses and you let someone out after like a few days in jail, what do you think is going to happen? Everybody should watch this. Everybody who's saying you need to have later on crime bonds and all, it doesn't benefit anybody. You go into jail because you're driving, you're exposing yourself, and you're on PCP, and it's like, what do you think's going to happen when you let him out a day later? Wow, he offended again. Who would have thought? And man, look, I don't know. I don't know what the answer is. I don't claim to know the answer. I think that sometimes they're too strict and sometimes they're not too strict, and it's just but we never can find a good median. It's always like the pendulum is swinging on one extreme or the other extreme, never some common sense stuff. And maybe we just need some common sense stuff. And I don't know how we'll get there. But anyways, that's enough of my little rant. With that, I'll let you go.
I get abused here by the COs every day or every other day. They talk down on us. They think they better than us. You know what I'm saying? They verbally abuse us. That makes us a victim. Only because they don't put their hands on us. And they do sometimes.
Okay.
They don't say that. But y'all say, let me talk. You talk, let me talk.